Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here on the west coast of Canada. I hope everybody is having an awesome week so far. Welcome Carolina, our chat moderator. Good to have you helping us. Welcome Cass, and hello to all of our members. Hi Lakshay, Rohit, Ikramov, good to see many people in the class ready to learn. Everyone, this is an IELTS speaking class. We are practicing for Band 9 in part 1 of the speaking section. And this particular speaking section interview that we are looking at today will focus on house chores. Yes, indeed. It's an activity that I think most of us participate in, and definitely all of us have an idea about. So we will be using these questions on house chores today to achieve that higher level of speaking. It is February 16th, and it's an all chat class with interactive speaking. That means I will be calling some volunteers today to answer some questions, and I will give you feedback on your speaking and give you strategies on how to get those higher band scores. Students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there for the general IELTS. Check us out at gieltshelp.com. On both of these websites, we have over 100 hours of HD videos, interactive courses, and original practice exams. That's right. This is what the website looks like here at aehelp.com. All you need to do is click this big red button to get our premium package. We've got more and more students joining every day, which is great to see, and lots of people enjoying the class and the course. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We are an official IELTS test registration center, certified British Council agents, and we're just in the process of partnering with IDP as well. So exciting times ahead. For the general IELTS, check out this website of ours. It's gieltshelp.com. Click this big green button there. And on both websites, you can right now use a special coupon code or discount code. You can enter I get 9 in the spirit of getting a band 9 on speaking. Hit continue and you will get 30% off from the cost of the premium package. Again, depending on where you live, it's around $20, $40, $50, and it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. So check that out. It is well worth it. We are actually going to use this website in a moment for our live speaking. So use the code I get 9 for that 30%. Get our apps, Academic IELTS Help, General IELTS Help. The discount code will only work on the website. Instagram, IELTS, right down there. IELTS_AE Help and GIELTS Help. You can find our schedule, daily vocabulary, and lots more there. Make sure to join us on our websites, Instagram, apps, and begin learning for success. We've got lots of live classes this week. Today it's IELTS Speaking Part 1. Then tomorrow we'll have Task 2 Writing, starting for members, and Listening Part 3 and 4. That's a continuation from last week, and then we'll have more classes in the week. If you have questions, send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. Hi, Ozg. Welcome more members. Good to see so many of you in the class. Speaking Part 1, I've got Henry here sitting on top of my head. Henry says, speaking Part 1, practice by repeating. So do lots of repetition work, but make sure that when you're repeating, you're not just repeating like, like a tape recorder or a CD player or an MP3, but you're actually visualizing. So picture what you say, intonate what you say, Imagine that you're there, that it's happening to you or people that you know. Become active when you're repeating information. It will be really helpful. Let's take a look at these introductory questions. So these questions are, what is your full name? May I see your identification? Do you work or study? Do you have a hobby? We're going to practice these, and when you're doing this, make sure to always include answers, explanations, examples. That makes for great, clear, coherent, fluent communication. So answer, explain, example. This is my answer because of this situation, and here's an example of how it works. All right. And then we will have lots more questions on household chores, which are here. Let's look at these questions in our syllabus. Here we go. And we'll just start it off, all right? So let's get right into it this week. So IELTS speaking part 1, you go to your speaking interview. You are there 1 hour before your speaking starts with the examiner so that you can practice with other candidates who are waiting like you. Then you will register for your speaking interview 20 minutes before you go in, okay, before your actual time. They'll take a picture of you, they'll look at your ID, they'll ask you to remove any digital devices, watches, phones. You have to put that all into a bag. And then you will be called into your interview. And in your interview, you will be met by an expert user of the English language trained by IDP or British Council to assess your English level and your communication level. They're not just looking at your English, they're looking at your communication skills in a big, big way, especially past band 6. All right. Slow Sunset's asking, why do you have to remove your watch? It's because they're afraid that maybe your watch has some kind of information on it. It could be used for cheating. In fact, you can't have any writing on your water bottle either. It's a good question. I never did touch on that, Slow Sunset, so it's a good question. Slow Sunset's like, why do you have to remove your watch? Basically, any piece of equipment they feel could be used to distract or assist the candidate has to be left in the registration room. So even when you bring your water with you, and I definitely recommend bringing a bottle of water with you to your speaking, it can help you to stay calm. You have to remove the label. Okay, when you register for your IELTS exam, it's in the instructions. You have to take the label off. There can be no writing on your water bottle, and same even with your pen. So your pen has to be a simple pen. If you walk in with a pen that's got all kinds of advertising on it, they will probably ask you to leave it in the registration office or to use a different pen. Okay, so you can't have writing on your water bottle or your pen either that you take in with you. All right, everybody, so first 2 questions. So you go in and the examiner will be sitting there and they will kind of do this little introduction. Okay, let's talk about this as a strategy 1 today. So let's call this the examiner's protocol. Dun dun dun. Okay, examiner's protocol. Candidate number, examiner number, location, time, recording, and maybe about 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Okay, and duration. So the examiner, when you walk into your speaking interview, will basically be like, welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. This is candidate number 95127389. and this is examiner number 76514. We are currently conducting this exam in Toronto, Canada, and the time right now is 14 o'clock. Now we shall begin. I'm recording this for marking and clerical purposes. They basically go through that. In fact, some of them that are just starting their examiner career, they will read it from a page, so they make sure that they cover all these points. Now that takes about 20 seconds. So, and you're sitting there basically just staring at them at this point going, all right. What do you think you should do during that like 20-second examiner protocol where they kind of fire those standard parts of the exam off? What do you think you should do? So what should you do during that time? Should you be shaking in your boots? That means getting really nervous and scared. Should you be like, oh, this is really hardcore. I don't know this person and they look so serious and I'm freaking out. So should you be shaking in your boots? It's an idiom, by the way. Shaking in your boots. Okay. And then when they start, then you get all, what's your name? Oh, my name is, should that be going on? Lakshay says, ha ha. Abhay says, no, be calm. Okay. Marjona says, no, definitely don't be shaking in your boots. Yeah, no, don't be shaking in your boots. That's not good. I hope everybody's repeating after me, shaking in your boots, learning these idioms in the live class. No, you should not be shaking in your boots, okay? What you should be doing instead is go through your mental checklist of steps for a band 9. Okay? So, in your head, think. Okay. Think. Okay. Speak in full sentences. Be loud and clear. Okay. Don't rush. Use the question in the answer. Reflect the grammar of the question. Okay, include examples. Ask for time when needed. Okay, so you should be going through all these very important points, all right? Take a few deep breaths. And visualize that the examiner is your grandfather or grandmother. Hi, Rumi. Grandfather or grandmother. They love you and don't want you to be stressed. Hopefully, you've got a loving grandparent that makes you feel comfy. If not, visualize somebody else, okay? So that's what you should be doing. And that's lots of time, so that protocol, okay? So again, let's try this, all right? I'm going to introduce the IELTS exam again. So I'm going to give the candidate number, examiner number. And while I'm doing this, practice this. Everybody's good to go, yeah? So in your head, go, okay, speak in full sentences. Explain. Give examples. Use visualization. Stay calm. Don't rush. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And everybody, while I'm doing this, visualize. Take a deep breath. It's okay. The examiner knows that you're probably doing some kind of training, just like an athlete, to help you maximize your ability in the interview. It's totally fine. And then it actually will maybe even look good for the examiner, thinking that, hey, here's somebody who's kind of practiced and really got ready for this, okay? So here we go, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I will give you instructions for each of the 3 parts. I'm recording this for marking and clerical purposes. This is candidate number 95217381 and examiner number 9564. We are currently conducting this exam in Toronto. The time right now is 14 o'clock, and now we shall begin. What is your full name? Okay, and now you begin. So what is your full name? Give me your full name, okay? Yeah, not heavy breathing, Saeed, but kind of deep, just slow, deep breaths, okay? All right, so what is your full name? Give me a nice full sentence for this one. Saeed says, well, my first name is Saeed and my family name is Tursunkulov. Please just call me Saeed as everyone calls me that. Yeah, we don't say like that, but just everyone calls me that. Okay, so this is what Saeed says here. All right, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't say well. It's kind of, when you're introducing your name, it's a bit awkward, Saeed. So I would just start with my first name is Saeed, and my family name is Tursunkulov. Please just call me Saeed. Everyone calls me that. Okay, nice and simple, just like that. Okay. All right. Okay, and Bebek says this. So Bebek says, I'm just copying this out of the chat if everybody's wondering what I'm doing here. My first name is Bebek, while Akaria is my family name. And what should I call you? So you should finish this. Please refer to me as Bebek. Okay, that's always the question that follows this, students. What should I call you? So you might as well answer that. It shows that you're prepared. Okay. Bezod says, my full name is Bezod Abdu Banayev. Please just call me by my nickname, Adam. Okay, that works really well. Yeah, Bezod, that's fantastic. Okay, short, sweet, complete, clear, and natural. Okay, so this is Bezod from our general IELTS. So Bezod says, my full name is Bezod Abdu Banayev. Please just call me by my nickname, Adam. I hope everybody's repeating when we're doing this. Okay, so make sure to repeat as we speak, okay? Repetition is good practice, and again, visualize, intonate, copy my pronunciation. If it feels a bit weird, it means you're probably doing it right, okay? And you can go with something short and sweet like Santosh. Santosh says my name is Santosh Dakal, but definitely answer what you want to be called. Please call me Santosh, okay? And then the next question is, may I see your identification? Okay, so may I see your identification? They have to see the ID that you used to register for the exam, that you used to check in during the start of this speaking interview process, and then they need to see it one more time when you are there with the examiner. So they will ask you, may I see your identification? Please show me the page in your passport with the credentials. Kyber says, yes, here is my passport, which I used for registration online. Please have a look. Again, Kyber, good. So it doesn't have to be an overkill. You don't have to speak 4 sentences to show your passport, but you should speak full sentences. So Kyber says, yes, here's my passport, which I used for registration online. Please have a look. I love the use of the adjective clause, Kyber. That's great. I love the detail that you don't just say registration, but you say registration online. And then a nice finish. Please have a look. Okay. All right, Kaysen Ox says, yes, of course. Can you take a look at my passport? That's a bit weird. It's kind of like you're asking a question, so you have to fix your grammar, Kaysen. Make sure that you don't make mistakes with these first few questions. So yes, of course. Here, let me make this a little bit bigger. So yes, of course, you can take a look at my passport for my credentials. We want to soften this a bit, otherwise it's a bit strong. So yes, of course, you can take a look at my passport for my credentials. Here it is. And then that's good enough. All right, so yes, of course, you can take a look at my passport for my credentials. Here it is. And then you show it. Okay. All right, next question. Do you work or study? So this is where the examiner will say, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. And then they will ask you a question like, do you work or study? It's a very, very common icebreaker question for IELTS. Make sure that you practice answering this specific question before your exam so you can answer it dynamically, fluently, confidently. Okay? So here is where you really want to keep in mind that you have to include an answer, an explanation, and an example. Okay? So Duyen Ho says this. Duyen Ho in our academic chat says, well, I have been studying English translating and interpreting major at University of Foreign Language Studies in Da Nang University for 3 years. Duyen, that's a good start. First of all, I like the present perfect progressive. Okay, so I have been studying. It's a nice early sign of your grammatical range and accuracy, Duyen, so that's good. What I'd like to see more of, because this so far is about a band 7.5 with really good pronunciation, is an explanation. Why are you studying English translating? So why are you doing that? Okay. Always try to include that reason for your answers. So it makes for more interesting conversation. Think about real life, right? So do you work or study? Well, I've been studying English translation and interpretation. I would say translation and interpreter. Translator and interpreter, I think, would be maybe even better. Translator and interpreter major at the university. It's a unique university here. At the University of Foreign Language Studies in Da Nang. We don't need to say university again because you've already said it once. For 3 years. Because I plan to work in as a diplomat in the future. Okay, for instance, or I plan to work for the government, or I want to get a job with the UN. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure you have the reason. I would love to learn that reason, Duyen, of why you want to do that. So include that reason. And if you want to be really quick and clever, you might even say something like, in fact, I will be hitting the books after this exam for next week's classes. Okay, so this would be considered a nice full band 9 answer by your examiner. All right, repeat after me. Do you work or study? Well, I have been studying English translator and interpreter major at the University of Foreign Language Studies in Da Nang for 3 years. Because I plan to work as a diplomat in the future. In fact, I will be hitting the books after this exam for next week's classes. Okay, so that's what an answer for a Band 9 level will look like. Now, they will follow that up maybe with one more kind of icebreaker question. Do you have a hobby? Okay. Again, a very common question. It's kind of like, that question that every English teacher has been asking you since you started learning a bit of English. Do you have a hobby? And you might be getting a little bit bored of answering this question in English, especially. But on the IELTS exam, you want to feel like this is the first time you're hearing this question and you're so excited. You're like, "Ooh, I get to talk about my hobbies. I love swimming. I love dancing. I love collecting seashells." Whatever it is that you love doing, get excited about it. Don't be bored on the IELTS exam. Don't be too nervous. Just be confident. Okay? So, do you have a hobby? Okay. All right. Rumi says this. Rumi says, yes. I love to learn different languages in my pastime. Pastime is one word. It's a beautiful paraphrase for leisure time or free time. I'm learning English and Turkish. Today I practiced for an hour to improve my English. You have a nice answer and a nice explanation, Rumi. Or sorry, you have a nice answer and a nice example, Rumi, but you don't have an explanation. And this is kind of the tricky part of this, is you have to remember all three. Answer, explain, example, right? So yes, I love to learn different languages in my pastime because I have many friends around the world whom I met during my travels, and I like to keep in touch with them. Okay, so that's why you like to learn different languages, Rumi. All right, so again, answer, explain, example, that will lead you to that Band 9 fluency and coherence. Here we go, everybody, repeat after me. Do you have a hobby? Yes, I love to learn different languages in my pastime. Because I have many friends around the world whom I met during my travels. And I like to keep in touch with them. I'm learning English and Turkish. Today, I practiced for an hour to improve my English. Here it is, the full answer. Yes, I love to learn different languages in my pastime because I have many friends around the world whom I met during my travels, and I like to keep in touch with them. I'm learning English and Turkish. Today, I practiced for an hour to improve my English vocabulary. Okay, it's details. Details matter. All right, good job, everybody. And I bet I can almost hear like so many people's voices as you're repeating after me, and that's awesome. That's beautiful. Okay, so that's what you want to do. I want to hear those voices. And now for the next part, I will hear some of your voices because I will be taking some volunteers for these questions about chores. Okay, chores right away you should realize is household work. Okay, like washing dishes. What other kinds of household work are there? So household work, washing dishes, that's I think a very common one that everybody thinks of. Okay. All right. Give me some ideas, students. Help me out here. What are some other kinds of household work, some chores that we do? Baljit says mopping the floor, sweeping, mopping, sweeping, mopping. Yeah, sweeping is with a broom, mopping is with a mop. Okay, Carolina says there's laundry. Yeah, we all like to wear clean clothes. Cooking, yeah, cooking is considered a household chore. Watering the plants. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got plants, water them when they need to. Okay, cleaning the sofa, sure. Sofa, let's see. Taking out the trash, very good, Oz. Take out the trash. Otherwise, it'll get very stinky. I hope some of you are also thinking recycling. I don't really see it there too much, which worries me a little bit. But recycling, dusting. Okay, good. Feeding the pets. Yep. Feeding and walking pets. Yep, that's considered a household chore. If you've got a dog, take it for a walk. Grocery shopping is not really a household chore. Ironing, Cass, would be, although many people don't do it these days anymore, but ironing, definitely. Okay. Gardening, yeah. Could be a household chore. It's done around the house, that needs to be done. Okay, very good. Cutting the grass. It's not actually cutting the grass, Perrin, although it's okay. We say mowing the lawn. Yeah, mowing the lawn is a household chore for sure. If you've got a house and you got a lawn. Very good, everyone. Okay, very nice. So we've got lots here. So repeat after me. Wash the dishes. Sweep the floor. Mop the balcony. Do the laundry. Cook dinner. Water the plants. Wipe the table. Clean the sofa. Take out the trash. Do the recycling. Dust the surfaces. Feed and walk pets. Iron shirts. Do gardening. Maintain the garden. Mow the lawn. King Khan says, let's not forget, change the bed sheets. Very good. Okay, nice. So here we go, everybody. We're going to practice these questions now in live chat with some volunteers. To volunteer for the live chat, follow these steps, okay? Register a free or paid account at aehelp.com, okay? Log into your My Student account, okay? This is not the messenger chat, everybody. This is the chat that's in the actual website itself. Click on Student Partner Speaking. Enable your microphone in your browser. It's very important. Keep the window open and test it with another person. So test your system, okay? Try it with somebody. Try it with another student, another watcher. And then message me when you see master in there. Click the blue envelope and write, I want to volunteer. I'll show you how to do this, okay? So go to aehelp.com. It's this website here. All right. Again, to join our premium package, click this big red button. It's a one-time payment. Use that code I showed you, I get 9. You'll get a 30% discount. You can also try it for free. Click the green button, the try demo button. Okay. Once you do that, you'll have a My Student account. You see that blue button, My Student account there at the top. You click on the My Student account, end the tour for now. You can take the tour after, and then you'll see this button. It'll look different depending on whether you're using a tablet or a mobile. So you click on this student partner speaking, and then you accept the terms that you're going to be polite and respectful with everybody. And I think this is about when it'll ask you, do you want to allow this website to use your microphone and your speaker? And then you have to say yes. And then here, click on a blue envelope with any other person, so with Amrit or Marjona, and say, hey, can someone test my microphone with me? And then someone will say, sure, yeah, let's do it. Let's test it out. Hey, how are you? I'm great. Thank you. Okay, it works. I want to volunteer with Adrian. Give me a chance. Okay. All right, if anybody has questions and you're not sure what to do, in the chat, you can also ask Carolina. Carolina is really helpful. She's telling you to go to aehelp.com right now. So if you're still not sure, ask her, and I'm sure she will assist you. Okay. All right. So we've got lots and lots of volunteers coming up. Marjona here right off the bat at the beginning. Okay, Marjona. I know your system works, so let's start off strong. Are you ready? All right. And a yep will suffice.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Marjona. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. What about you?
I'm doing great also. Thank you for returning the question. Yeah, it's early morning on a Wednesday for me. Marjona, where are you right now?
I'm at home, as always, in Tashkent.
In Tashkent, right. Yes, I remember. Okay, yes, Uzbekistan. Awesome. Okay, well, I hope your day has been going well, because I know it's a fair bit later for you than for me. All right.
Yeah, there's almost night.
It's not, yeah. You're, I think, about 11 hours ahead of me, 12 hours ahead of me, something like that. Okay, Marjona, so I will ask you a question for speaking part 1, talking about chores. Give me a nice full sentence answer, and then I will reflect on what you say. Okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. So let's talk about chores. What are household chores you do every day?
I can say several household which I do every day. One of them is washing dishes. I do this every time, I can say, after breakfast time and dinner time, when everybody finish their eating their dishes. I always gather their plates, like their dishes, and start washing.
Okay. So that would be about a band 6.5, maybe 7, Marjona. I think I would probably give you 7. Maybe some examiners might give you a 6.5. For that, it probably would be a split. Like if 10 examiners heard that one answer, maybe 5 would give you 7, 5 would give you 6.5. You're very fluent. However, your answer is lacking accuracy and it has some grammatical mistakes. So you want to fix those to make sure that you get up into that band 8, band 9 range. Let's see, because you volunteer quite a bit. So I want to see if you can maybe identify your mistake without me telling you right away. So I asked you, what are household chores you do every day? Your start was a little bit slow. I think this question's, it shouldn't take too much thinking to answer. So you want to start a little bit quicker. And then you said, I can say several household that I do every day. Household is an adjective,
Yes.
so you need the word chores here. I didn't hear it. Maybe you said it, but I didn't hear it. So I can say there are several household chores that I do every day. And then you said washing dishes is one of them, and then you gave some more information on when and how you wash dishes. What can you change to make this answer better? What do you think, Marjona?
Doing more example, maybe.
Yeah, you're on the right track. So the question is asking about household chores, right? And you start off by saying there are several that you do, but then you really just give me one, like you say washing dishes. And this kind of limits your lexical resource, Mark. Like I'm like, okay, here's, as an examiner, this is where I'm waiting for more vocabulary, like washing dishes, taking out the trash, doing the laundry. So at least I would say for this one, 3 different household chores that we mentioned earlier. And then say, because I need to help out around the house and make sure I clean up after myself. Just before I came to this exam, I did the dishes, right? So something like that. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, so I think you can do better without me giving you the example yet. So let's see, okay? I'm going to ask you the question again and give it another shot. Give me some more examples of household chores. Keep it a little bit simpler. Don't over explain one chore, okay? Just give me more chores. Give me a simple explanation and example, okay? Here we go.
Okay.
What are household chores you do every day?
I do when washing. I do a lot of household chores. They are washing dishes, cleaning my room, and making my bed. And I can say I often do washing dishes. Always after breakfast time and dinner time, when everybody finishes their eating their dishes, I always gather their plates and start washing them. As before coming this exam, I eat my dish and as always wash my plates.
All right. Not bad. So you're starting to get the right idea. I think you still went too far down that rabbit hole. So my tip to you, Marjona, is it's easy to get lost in these kind of one-track ideas. What you want to do is you want to keep an open mind. And let me kind of give you a strategy to help you here when you're practicing in the next few days. Think about the more kind of general concepts, like why do we do chores? Why do I do the dishes, clean my room, and all of this, right? Because you want to have an organized, clean home that's comfortable and it's good for health and it helps you to have a happy mood. Right? So just, do you see what I mean? Like stay more general in the explanation rather than, do you feel that, Marjona?
Yeah, I felt. And so that's why I'm not clear.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, you're breaking up a little tiny bit, but I think you understood what I meant, like to stay more general with it. So Marjona, I'm going to give you the answer this time, and I want you to repeat after me. Okay, let me type it up. Okay, so washing dishes, cleaning my room, and vacuuming. Let me give the clear explanation here. I do these to have a comfortable and healthy atmosphere in my house or in my home. Just this morning, I did the dishes before coming to this exam. Okay. All right, Marjona. So here we go. Repeat after me. Okay. I'm going to say it once and then just copy me. So I can say there are several household chores that I do every day: washing dishes, cleaning my room, and vacuuming. I do these to have a comfortable and healthy atmosphere in my home. Just this morning, I did the dishes before coming to this exam. What are household chores you do every day?
I can say there are several household chores that I do every day. Washing dishes, cleaning my room, and vacuuming. I do this to have a comfortable and healthy atmosphere in my home. Just this morning, I did the dishes before coming to this exam.
Okay, very good. So that's the type of flow that you want to practice. Okay, Marjona, keep it up. All right, keep it up and you'll get there. You'll see once it clicks, you'll be like, oh, okay, I got this. All right, so keep going.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, Marjona, for volunteering for that first question. And have a lovely rest of your day in Tashkent. Goodbye.
Okay, have a nice day. You too.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, that was Marjona, and I can see a lot of people are giving thumbs up and clapping and supporting Marjona. That's really good. Yeah, definitely support each other, everyone. That's fantastic. That's very nice of you. Okay. All right. Tamirlan. Let's see if Tamirlan is here. I don't think we've ever heard from Tamirlan before. Are you ready, Tamirlan? So just going back to the example with Marjona, everybody, while we wait for Tamirlan, don't overcomplicate. Don't overthink it. Okay, so keep your thoughts simple in part one. And it's very important to stay calm to do that. Okay, stay calm.
Hi.
Hi, Tamirlan. How are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you crystal clear. Very good. Yes.
Okay. I'm so excited, man. I'm a bit nervous. Right
yeah, it's totally fine. It's absolutely normal. It's okay to be a bit nervous. You just don't want to be too nervous, where it's kind of stopping you from thinking and speaking, right? So, but a little bit of nervousness, they say, is okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, Tamirlan, I will ask you a question. Of course, all of these questions in the IELTS in part one will be on the same general topic. So we're still on with talking about chores. And then I will analyze what you say and give you some feedback. Sounds good?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right. Which chore is your least favorite and why?
Well, I kind of don't do too much chores because basically I don't like laundering because it's take a lot of time for me to control. I do a lot of laundering because I work at hospital and I have to wash it very thoroughly. You have to be crystal clean at your work because basically staff watching you to be clean, don't be smelly or that kind of stuff. Yeah. I also don't like do my dishes. I usually do it when stuff kind of piles up and it starts to smell. Maybe it sounds very.
Why is
rude,
it
maybe.
important to do? Okay, so it's good. You're going to get interrupted. So if you keep talking, eventually the examiner will just interrupt you. Usually a little bit actually faster than me, but I was typing, so I gave you a little bit of extra time. When you answer the question, just stop. Okay, so as soon as you have the answer and you feel like, okay, I answered that question, stop and wait for the next question. It's a very important tip for everybody. Okay, so this is for everyone. All right. So when you answer a question, you have to stop. Otherwise, you won't hear the next question and it starts to become a very awkward conversation. So when you answer the question, stop and wait for the next one. Okay, very important. Do not just keep talking. If some of your IELTS trainers or somebody on the internet is telling you to keep talking until they stop you, that's terrible advice. So you should definitely not do that. Okay. So do not just keep talking. Because you answered. You said you don't like to do the laundry, and that was a good answer. Least favorite is just one. Okay, most favorite is one. Least favorite is one. It's awkward when people start saying they have 2 or 3 favorites. It's kind of like, or 2 or 3 least favorites. It's like, yeah, but which one's really your least favorite one, right? So we're just waiting for one answer here. I kind of liked your start. It was very naturally like you felt stressed about it. You're like, right, like, well, okay. And then you said, I kind of don't do too much chores. We can actually count chores, so it's not much, it's too many. You had some grammatical mistakes, and those grammatical mistakes would definitely hurt your band score by about 1.5 band or so. You have to be careful with your word choice and the word form. So the words that you're choosing and the form of the words that you're using are not accurate, and that makes, I can understand what you're saying, but it makes it a little bit awkward at times. So let me correct it, and I'll show you what I mean. So while I kind of, which is a nice expression, like spell check here is trying to change that, but it's good slang. There's no problem with that. So, well, I kind of don't do too many chores. And then you thought of, okay, I have to give an answer here. Basically, I don't like laundering. We don't say I don't like laundering because that means that you're laundering money or something. It's a different
Okay.
It's like a different use of laundering. It's like, so basically, I don't like to do the laundry. Okay. Yeah, English is weird like that. Small mistakes can mean some pretty different than intended meanings.
Yeah.
So I don't like to do the laundry. Okay. It takes me a lot of time to control, and that was a bit awkward. It takes me a lot of time to do, and I find it boring. Okay. And then here, that was a good explanation. I loved your explanation. It also answered the question of what you do, right? So unfortunately, I do a lot of it because I work at a hospital and I have to keep, here's some vocabulary, my scrubs clean. Okay, so your hospital clothing actually has a special name in English, that kind of blue or white clothing that nurses and doctors often wear. Those are called scrubs. So, and I have to keep my scrubs clean and, of course, sanitized and hygienic. So this is where you can pick up some nice vocabulary marks, right? Sanitized means without bacteria and pathogens, hygienic, kind of a synonym there, okay? So I would say I do about 3 hours of laundry each week, and I just hate it. Okay, it's okay to say that on the IELTS. Now you're in a much better position. Let me read this and then repeat after me, okay? Feel the difference, all right?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So which chore is your least favorite and why? Well, I kind of don't do too many chores. Basically, I don't like to do laundry. It takes me a lot of time to do, and I find it boring. Unfortunately, I do a lot of it because I work at a hospital, and I have to keep my scrubs clean and, of course, sanitized for hygienic reasons. I would say I do about 3 hours of laundry each week, and I just hate it. Which chore is your least favorite, and why?
Well, I don't do too much chores. Basically, I don't like to do the laundry. It takes a lot of time to do, and I find it boring. Unfortunately, I do a lot of it because I work at the hospital, and I have to keep my scrubs clean and, of course, sanitized and hygienic. I would say I do about 3 hours of laundering each week, and I just hate it.
Okay, very good. Nice. That was really good. Okay. Just be really careful with the many and much. Okay. So much only for uncountable nouns, many for countable nouns. And it does sound weird when we use much for countable nouns. Okay. So chore, chores, it's countable, therefore many, not much. Okay. So careful with that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you for helping people in the hospital. What do you do, may I ask, in the hospital?
Basically, right now, physical therapy and massage therapy.
Great. Well, you're helping lots of people to improve their quality of life. So thank you for that. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, Tamiran, and thank you for volunteering.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day. Bye. Okay, that was Tamirlan. Give Tamirlan some thumbs up. That was really good. Excellent work by Tamirlan. All right, everybody. Let's take another volunteer here. So let me move a little bit down the list so we can maybe grab somebody new here. Okay. Somebody maybe from the bottom. Let's try Rebecca. Okay, let's see if Rebecca is ready. Rebecca would like to volunteer. Are you ready, Rebecca? Hopefully Rebecca is there. I want to basically help as many students as I can, but I also want to show you that even if you're lower on my list here of volunteers, you can still get a chance as long as you hang in there. I'm not always choosing people in sequential order, so sometimes I tend to jump around, and I like to hear some new voices as well. So let's see if Rebecca is here with us still. If not, we'll try someone else. About less than 6 seconds delay between us. So, okay. I don't think Rebecca's answering, so. All right. Let's try Shirat. Shirat, are you ready? Hopefully we can get a hold of Shirat. First, I'm always messaging you in the chat, everyone, just to make sure that you haven't left for breakfast or work or haven't gone to bed. If you're much further away from me, fallen asleep at the computer, maybe. Hopefully not. Okay. Is Shirat still there? Shirat is still there. Okay. Shirat, I will call you. Here we go. All right. Shirat, I hear that you have picked up, but I do not hear your voice, Shirat. It means that you might not have your microphone enabled. If you can hear me, try enabling your microphone, or make sure you have the correct audio device enabled for speaking. If you have a headset, use that. Okay, Shirat, I recommend testing the system with another student and then volunteer later on in the week, and I'll look for you. Okay, I'll keep your name in mind. So again, students, test with others. Okay. All right. Let's try somebody else here. Let's try Saeed. Saeed says, I'd like to volunteer. I'm ready. Okay, I'm going to ask you again. Are you ready? Saeed, if you're there. One more time. You never know who's coming up next and from what part of the world. It's kind of like a fun raffle. Who's the next volunteer and from what part of the world? Okay, Saeed. I will call you.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Saeed. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, but a bit tired. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Fairly energetic. It's early morning for me. Why are you tired, Saeed?
I just had a really difficult day at studying all that stuff, you know.
Okay. What are you studying for?
English, I'm gonna take an IELTS just in about a month or so.
Okay. Why are you taking the IELTS?
In order to study at university, that's like in order to study in university.
It's a requirement. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a requirement.
Okay.
So
All right. So let's do a question then here, and give me a nice full sentence answer, and then I'll give you some feedback. Okay.
all right, we'll try.
All right, Said. Here we go. So we're still talking about chores. If you could buy an item to help you do housework, what would it be?
Well, given a chance to buy purchase any item in order to aid me with doing my housework, I would definitely buy an automatic vacuum cleaner because I'm not a big fan of vacuuming. Actually, I find it pretty boring and time consuming. So I guess automatic vacuum cleaner will help me doing that.
Okay, I'm catching up with you. Just a second. Vacuum cleaner would help me doing that. Okay. All right. Good. That was really good. Well, good news. I think you're about a band 8-ish for sure. So you're in the higher band score category for speaking based on that one question so far. I can tell you've been studying. So your studying is paying off because you are doing a couple of really great strategies. You're applying great strategies, Said. First of all, you paraphrased the question very nicely with the grammar. So the question is, if you could buy an item to help you do housework, and you said, well, given a chance to purchase any item in order to aid me to do my housework, or doing my housework to do, I think you were correct. Most of your grammar was correct. Not all of it, but most of it was correct. And I could tell that, your fluency, it was a little bit choppy at the beginning, but I could tell it was because you were thinking very quick and hard on how to paraphrase accurately with a lot of detail. And that was really good. I thought that was great. So that the start of it was a band 9. Okay. So you said, well, given a chance to purchase any item in order to aid me to do my housework, I would buy an automatic vacuum cleaner. I thought that was okay. Later on, you could have paraphrased automatic with robot vacuum cleaner. We do call them robot vacuums, usually.
Yeah, I thought it would be wrong, but that's why I just didn't do that.
No, I think your English is quite good, so if you feel that something is right, just say it, because it probably is, okay? So
all right.
I would buy an automatic vacuum cleaner. I find it boring and tiring. You mean like vacuuming, and that was good. So I guess a robot vacuum cleaner would help me in doing that. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it was accurate. It was good. Not a lot of correction here. I would probably give a bit more detail, like something like, and you have to, this is where you can be creative for that band 9. Just the other day, I was surfing Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
For this gadget.
Yeah.
And I know it will cost me about $300 US. Okay, so something like that, just to give it that bit more detail, that bit more fluency, and then you're really well on your way to a band 9, but very good overall. Let me repeat this and then copy after me, okay?
1 second. All right.
All right, so if you could buy an item to help you do housework, what would it be? Well, given a chance to purchase any item in order to aid me to do my housework, I would buy an automatic vacuum cleaner. I find vacuuming boring and tiring, so I guess a robot vacuum cleaner would help me to do that. Just the other day, I was surfing Amazon for this gadget, and I know it will cost me about $300 US. If you could buy an item to help you do housework, what would it be?
Well, given a chance to purchase any item to aid me to do my housework, I would definitely choose an automatic vacuum cleaner because I found vacuuming really tiring and boring. That's why I guess robot vacuum cleaner would help me to do that. Just the other day, I was searching in Amazon a new vacuum cleaner, and it costs about $300. So
So I'll get one next month, something like that. Just finish
Yes.
it, right? But very good. Okay, that's very good. So that's the right. So
All right.
that's the right track. And then there you stop, and boom, that's a band 9. Okay, so your pronunciation is clear. I can make out every single word. Your grammar is very accurate. There's no oddities in your language. So you're on the right track. Okay, you're on the right track. Just think
right.
detail, think quick example, right? Like just the other day, in fact, and then throw in that short sentence example, and you're going to be ending up with a really nice band score, Saeed. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Good job.
All right.
Good job. Keep up those studies
Thanks so
because
much.
they're paying off. Very nice, Saeed. Thank you.
Thank
for
you
that.
so much, sir.
Okay. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
That was Saeed. Saeed was awesome. Give Saeed a thumbs up. Saeed definitely has a lot of experience with English, and I'm sure he's going to pass the IELTS with flying colors, everyone. Students, you can try these questions with some other students in the chat. Has the way you do any chores changed over the past years? Okay, maybe you have a dishwasher now. Why is it important to do household chores? We skipped that one. But you can go back and try the other ones as well, okay? I'm going to be back tomorrow with listening part 3 and 4 and task 2 writing start for members. If anybody has questions, you can send me an email to adrian@aehelp.com. And remember, everybody, you can get our premium IELTS package on our websites, aehelp.com for academic IELTS, gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Use this special discount code IGET9 for a 30% discount. Okay, it's definitely well worth it to do that. And to use all of our materials, our videos, our interactive classes, our original practice exams. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Rashika. Carolina, thank you so much for moderating, keeping the chat flowing nice and smooth. Thank you so much to all of our members and our viewers today. I hope you enjoyed this class, and I hope you will be again with me tomorrow. You're all lovely, beautiful people. Always remember that. Keep smiling. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria for now, but I'll be back in less than 24 hours. Bye, everybody.